Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Kat, and if you're new here, we've been baking our way through some of my best friends are cookies by Emelia Jackson. We made pandan coconut biscuits this morning, and I've got a bit more time this afternoon, so I thought we'd make the next recipe as well, which is sticky date whoopie pies. So in this container, I have my dates. There's 120 grams of dates. I do always chop my dates because inevitably there's a pit in it, even if you buy the pitted dates. So to our chopped dates, we need to add a teaspoon and a half of bicarb, and 100 mils of boiling water. And we're just going to set that aside to let the dates get nice and soft. So while the dates are softening, in here I've got 170 grams of brown sugar, and we're just going to add 125 grams of butter, and we're going to cream this together until it's light and fluffy. So to that mix, we're going to add 1 egg, and we're going to blend up our date mixture with a stick blender. It says in the book, if you finely chop your dates before you soften them, you can mash them with a fork, but I'm going to use my stick blender. So now we're going to add this puree. And we're just going to mix this together. And then we're going to add 250 grams of plain flour and 50 mils of milk. I've got a 15 ml spoon here. And a 5 ml. And we're just going to mix this until the batter is smooth. So it says to use a medium cookie scoop to scoop out these biscuits. And as usual, I'm going to use a small one to make the biscuits a little bit smaller. I have my oven preheating to 180 degrees. I'm supposed to get 14 completed biscuits, which would mean 28 individual biscuits. So there's our first batch, and these are going to go in the oven for 8 minutes. And I've got another 11 for our second load. So we need to leave those to cool completely on the trays, and then we get to make our icing. So in this bowl, I'm just going to put 150 grams of golden syrup. That is 153. I'm calling that close enough. And to this, we're going to add 75 grams of icing sugar. And then once the biscuits are cool, we're going to add our vanilla extract and our butter. So in here, I've got my golden syrup and my icing sugar. And I'm just going to add my 100 grams of butter. It is nice and soft, so this should come together pretty quick. So we're going to beat this together, and then we're going to add our teaspoon of vanilla and half a teaspoon of salt. So it says that this is going to get light and fluffy, but it is quite runny, and I'm wondering if it's gotten a little too warm in the kitchen. But we will add our half a teaspoon of salt and our 1 teaspoon of vanilla and give it another quick mix and see how we go. I think it's a bit too runny, so I'm going to pop it in the fridge to firm up. So I've cut a 1 centimetre hole in the bottom, and now we're just going to pipe onto these biscuits and then top it with another biscuit. Now my microphone has died, so I'm going to come in close. Let's give these a taste test. The biscuits are very cakey. The icing is quite sweet. I think they'll have to live in the fridge because just having been out of the fridge for that amount of time, it's already getting quite soft. But they're really good. Thank you for being here with me today as I made these sticky date whoopie pies. If you would like, I will pop another video here that you can enjoy between now and my next upload. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.